Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here. So today I'm with you. I want to do a journal page using these absolute beautiful stamps. So these are all the brand new stamps from our lovely Julia. And they are like a reading set of stamps. Absolutely gorgeous. So we've got Fanciful Fiction. So there it is. We've got Libby's Story. We have Babbling Books, which I just think is really, really cool. Love the little worm. And then we also have Splats and Ladders, and I really want to do a journal page with them. But I know that these have to go into the studio, so I thought, why don't we do a journal page, but we'll do it on some old packaging. So this is just some old packaging from Amazon, and I might actually even do it on this side. Yeah, and we just have some fun. I love doing journal pages. I just don't do them a lot on my channel. Let me just see if I can get that off there. Leave some lovely texture. I did black out my edges before I did that. So what I'm going to do is we want to come in with some gesso. So, hi lady. Lady's come to see me, which she can go away. I know exactly what she wants, but she's not getting it. Although I say that every time. Yep, she gets what she wants. But there's other people in the house, so she can go to them, can't she? So, anyway, I am going to just spread a load of gesso all over this. So I'm wanting it to be covered quite nicely. Oh, right, I'm getting caught on, because these are long brushes. I was getting caught on my light that side. So, yeah, so I'm going to start off with doing this. Oh, look at that blue that's come through. So I'm hoping that my husband comes and deals with Lady for me. I may have to shout him. Adam. So I'm not sure. I know somebody is there. Can you deal with the little pooch, please? I think she wants a certain T-R-E-A-T. No. I think I put an R in, didn't I? Bless. Okay, so never mind laughing, it's so funny. Husband is off work today, so I mean this is going up in about a month's time, but we ended up springing a leak last night at like, was it about 12 o'clock last night? The tap in the bathroom, he turned it on and it burst. So we're just waiting for repair people to come and sort that out. So he's took the day off work, which is awesome because it means that I get him to have Lady for me instead of me dealing with her. So hopefully, I want to say it won't be as interrupted. Although, do you know what would be nice? What we haven't had in a while is the usual coffee with a thumbs up. So I wonder if we get one. Although I think he's gone outside, so I don't think he heard me. But yeah, so we're waiting for some people to turn up to come and fix that. But how annoying is that? We are in the process as well of buying the house. So I sort of said to him last night, I'm so glad we haven't bought it yet, because there is an emergency number that we can ring through the night. So we obviously had to ring it last night, and it's a Sunday today, so I wouldn't even know where to start to get repairs done. So yeah, that I'm gonna have to work out some people in the area that are going to be good for repairs. So anyway, there we go. So I think as long as you've got like a little, like a little notebook with all your little numbers in, I think that would be really, really good thing to do. Don't you agree? I agree. Right, okay, so we've got that coated in white gesso. And I've only done the white gesso because it really is just about, you know, starting off with a blank canvas. I've got this paper which I used in a previous video. We made this gorgeous card. I have this left, and I think that I'm going to add torn bits of this on as well. And do you know what, I'm going to actually use my gesso to stick it on, so we build up some texture for it, so as well as we coat it. So yeah, so I'm going to do this all the way over it, just basically collaging this paper on, and we're doing this for texture. That's all I'm doing it for, and we can add more texture just by scrumpling it up a little bit more. So with thin paper, I find that using my gesso, I quite like using my gesso just to stick it on. So yeah, so for thin paper, I think I'm just gonna add this bit. Okay, so let's get that on, and it's just a matter of, yeah, because I do want lots of lovely texture on this. I don't know what paint I'm going to use yet, or how we're going to colour this. I haven't quite decided that yet, because I am going to have to leave this to dry, especially with sort of using it the way that we are. Oh, I like that a lot. So I'm going to do this bit as well, and just try and scrunch it up the best that I can. Like I say, I do want texture on this, and this is one of the good things about having or about doing a journal page that is just on a flat, like on a separate piece to a book. You can have it so that it is 3D, and you've got that gorgeous texture on it. So it is something that I think is really nice to be able to do. I am loving that. I'm going to put some in the middle. Oh, that was a big blob of gesso, but that's fine. Now my gesso is really thick, but when I say it is super hard to get hold of, I am being completely honest. I don't even think you can get it now in the UK, and their website is so hard. I use 13 Arts. It's so hard to actually find, like, to use and to order it, that I don't think I will be using it. Once this is gone, I think I will be finding a new gesso. So but you can use any gesso that you want. So it is entirely up to you. I know you can get really cheap ones, and there's expensive ones. There's a lot out there on the market. I suppose, you know, I started off with the one from the Works, and I didn't mind it. I had to put extra layers on and stuff for it. But you know what? It lasted me for about 2 years. And I did loads and loads of projects, and I was quite happy with it. So and I think it's something like £5 or £6 for this, for a big tub of white gesso from the Works. So if you are on a budget, you can get it super cheaply. As of clear gessos, I need to find another good one of that as well. The first one I got was the Finnabair one from Prima. I was not impressed because I felt like it left a cloudy mark all over my work, whereas the one that from 13 Arts actually is clear. It looks clear as well, so you can see everything through it. So I'm gonna have to find a new one of them. So yeah, so there's a little bit, right, we're gonna have to use this last bit. So but I know that I don't know, I think with mixed media, I would say if you haven't tried it and you want to try it, but you're not sure where to start, you know, and you're not sure which brands to go for, I would just go for the cheapest. And the only reason I'm saying that is because, you know, it might be something that you don't like doing. And you don't want to put loads of money into it. The black gesso, I have bought the same as what I did when I first bought, which is a Pebeo one. Absolutely love that black gesso. The 13 Arts one is awful. It's horrible. So yeah, the black gesso, I use Pebeo. But yeah, when it comes to finding a new gesso, I will just have a look around and probably I'll look at price. A lot of what I do, I do look at price because I don't like spending an awful lot of money. So I try and go for as cheap as possible, but at a good quality. So I will be watching lots of reviews. Oh, how gorgeous is that? I'm thinking that, where's my glue? I'm thinking that I might come in with, just stick that down, with my watercolours actually for this. Although I have got my sprays, but my sprays are a nightmare to get out. Otherwise I would have used them, but I'm thinking watercolours in particular for this. So we're going to leave that to dry, and then once it's dry we're going to start adding colour onto it, and yeah, just build up our journal page. So I will be back in a second. Okay, so I dried that off using my heat tool. I've decided I think I'm going to use the scribble sticks from Dina Wakley. I absolutely love these. So I think I'm going to use those. And I'm going to start off with, let's go with the pink, and I'm just going to draw on it. And right now I'm just wanting to get colour on this. That's all I'm wanting to do, is just get some colour in. So I'm just going in like so. So that was the magenta, and now I'm going to come in with the blackberry and add some of this, and that just looks, you can see that beautiful, beautiful texture. Okay. And just scribble it all over, and then I'm going to just grab a paintbrush with some water on. Okay, and then we're just going to spread that colour out like so. I'm not doing anything special. This is all about just getting the colour on, and then we'll build it up from there. So I love scribble sticks, because that's exactly what you do with them. You just scribble it on. I mean, you can do it controlled and stuff, but yeah, no, I just want to go scribbling. Right, okay, so, and how lovely does that look? That colour is gorgeous. So I've got that, which I'm loving. And loving the colours of it. So let's get this dry. So my heat tool is about to go on. So there we go. Let's dry this off. Okay. So I think if you can dry it, you can see exactly, you know, how it's looking and where to start adding more colour. So that's just about dry. Okay, now I'm going to come in with, oh, this is my favourite colour. This is Night. I'm going to come in with that, but I think what I'm going to do is actually use my paintbrush just on the end of it, and then bring in the colours that way. But it is a gorgeous colour, this Night. And we're just going to bring that in. And like I said, this right now is just our background. We've got so much more that we can do with it. And we're just getting the colour on. That midnight colour is just beautiful, isn't it? But I'm wanting it all within you know, the cracks and the crevices and the creases of our paper. So I think that just, yeah, looks fab. So just gonna put all around like so. And I'm only doing it where the paper bits are as well. So, okay, love that. Oh, doesn't that look lovely? There we go. Yeah. So loving how that sort of come together. Let's say just, yeah, really pretty. Okay, so I think that is it for colour for now. So what I'm going to do is get this dried properly, and then I'm going to have a look to see what I've got in here, but I want to do some stamping as well. So we're going to bring in the splats and ladders, and then yeah, I'm going to have a look to see what our composition is going to be, and then yeah, we'll sort of go from there. So let me get this dry and I will be back. Okay, so that's nice and dry, so I'm just going to get this stamp set out. So this is Splats and Ladders, and it's really, really pretty. I really love it. I'm just going to grab one of the stamps, and I'm going to grab my VersaFine Claire. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to grab this Midnight Blue one from Crafty Colours, because I think it's not going to be as dark as the black, and it'll look gorgeous. So stick that onto there. And I'm just going to, yeah, do that, and then I'm going to stick it on. Now it's not going to be perfect because we've got all of those folds in here, so do bear that in mind when you're doing it. But how lovely is that? And doesn't that just look fab as a background? And that's all we're doing. We're just building up the background itself. So that's really nice. Let's clean that off, and then I think I want this one, and I'd like to have it going around the border. So let's get that. Yeah, I like that. So this actually saves you doing it yourself, which is just awesome. Right, let me move, because everything's just getting in the way. Right, there we go. That's better. Right, so I'm just going to do a border all the way around using this stamp set. Okay. Oh, do you know what? I think it was the right choice to use the blue. I think it just works beautifully with, you know, with the colours that we chose from the background. I think the black might have been a little bit harsh. So yeah, loving my choice. And then that bit there. Right, okay, let me just pop. There we go. Oh, how cool does that look? And it's really starting to pull together as well, which is what I'm loving. So yeah, absolutely love it. Okay, let's clean that off. Do you know what? I'm going to get my proper stamp cleaner, because it clears everything off so much better. Right, there we go. Right, so now that we've done that, I'm going to bring in, we've got some little dot ones, and I'm actually going to use the black one for this. I'm just going to stick it on the end of my finger and just add them in like so, just to bring in, yeah, something else really, just something a little bit more texture. Liking that. So just in a few areas. And then I'm making sure to turn everything as well so that, you know, we get it. It's not all uniform. So everything's not all the same way. Oh, I like it. I think we need one more section. There we go. I like that. Right, let's clean that off. Okay. And then we do also have this one, which is like a full in colour one, which I think we could definitely add to this. Like so. And again, just building up that background. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, I think that looks just lovely. Right, okay, I've got paint everywhere. So let's stick that back on because we're finished with that. So I can put that away. And I mean, it helps. Having stamps like this really does help because it helps you create really quick and easy backgrounds with very little effort as well. I mean, how quick and easy was that? So let's move them. Okay. Just wash my fingers. Right. Okay. Oh, I love that. I think that looks lovely. Now, I definitely want our girl on. So this is Libby. And Libby's story. And I've got her in pink. I do have her in blue and in purple as well. And I'm thinking that maybe... the pink actually. I think she stands out more on the pink. Right, let's have a look what else we've got the flower stamps. I think I'm going to use the stamps actually because everything in here is gorgeous. Okay, let me just put her back in there. Oh, we've even got a little splat background stamp there and some scribble, which is quite nice. So I think we should definitely have our lovely little, I'm going to keep it all sort of similar colours. So yeah, I like that, our lovely little worm. But I'm thinking that maybe she could go there with her book there. And then I read past my bedtime, I've got my story, and we've got book nerd. So that could be all of our words. And then I've got lots and lots of different coloured flowers. So I think that's what we're going to use. So I'm liking that. Okay, so let's put them back because we're not going to use those. Right, okay, so now let us start popping this together, I think. Yeah. Right, before we start, I do want to ink around all of my edges of everything that's going on because it's a bit too white. So I'm going to come in with, I'm thinking my Tattered Rose actually. Yeah, so let's come in with the Tattered Rose. And just to go around because I don't want it to be really bright white. So just by adding that ink, that'll sort of, yeah, tone that down a lot, which is what we're wanting. Love that. Let's do the same with the rest as well. Okay. Right. And then we're going to just do our little wormy. Bookworm. I do like those bookworms. Absolutely gorgeous. So do that, and then we've got this one as well. Okay, and I think I'm going to leave the writing white so that they do stand out. So let's do that. Let's leave the right and white. Right, okay. So now what I want to do is I want to start stick these things down, move those flowers. We are going to add the flowers on as well. So I'm just going to grab my glue, like so. Okay. There we go. Oh, I love. Okay, push that down so it sticks. So remember that this has got dimension on, so it's not going to stick perfectly. It is going to lift in some areas, but I am completely fine with that because, like I say, it is just part of doing our journal page. I really wanted that texture. Oh, I love that. And then let's stick our little wormies on. Our bookworms can go on just around the border. Okay, so these ones should stick quite nicely because all that texture is in the center of our piece. So these should, which they are, they're sticking beautifully. There we go. So actually that stuck quite nicely, which I'm quite pleased with. I wasn't quite sure then, but yeah, it has stuck really nicely. I'm going to stick that there. Oh, I love it. Okay. Now that ink around, that blue ink, would you believe it, is still wet. So before we do anything else, let me just stick these on, and then I'm just going to give it a blast with my heat tool. Yeah, I'm going to have that change these over. Because I want to do some doodling. I want to bring in some white pen, so I need everything to sort of be dry to be able to do that. But oh, doesn't that look gorgeous? Right, so let's give this quick blast. Like so. There we go, it's starting to dry now. Okay, you can sort of see where it's wet just by there, just there. Moving it around. If it's shiny, it means that it is still slightly wet. There, much better. Just double checking. But yeah, I think it might be a tiny bit wet there, but I think we're good with that. I really want to add like a massive flower or something, but I'm going to resist the temptation. Let's have a look what else we've got. No, I think that's fine. Right, let's bring in, I want a black pen. I've got stuff falling now, and I've tidied. So I'm wanting to get a black pen and a white pen. Oh, the lady's on the tile floor, bless her. So I think she's a bit warm. It is absolutely boiling today. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, make sure that's clean for first off. I'm just going to add white detailing to our border with a backwards L. I don't know why I've gone with a backwards L. Don't ask me. It just felt right. A lot of the time when I doodle, I couldn't really tell you why I'm doodling the way that I am, or why I'm adding certain things that I am. It's just sort of a feeling. It just feels right, I suppose. But I think, you know, it's from knowing as well. Yeah, from actually creating for such a long time, you just get to know what your style is. It takes a while to find your style, so don't think that, you know, you can find your style straight away, because unfortunately it doesn't quite happen that way. You know, I've had a lot of stuff turn out awful, as most of us do, but yeah, I sort of learn from it. And with doodling, I tend to just do what I want and just go for it. And I found from other journal pages, you know, what type of doodling I actually prefer. So I love doodling with my white pen, and now they've got a white pen that actually works on everything, which is really nice, because that took a while. So just, we've got one more side to do, but this is going on quite nice. So last bit. But yeah, I think doodles really tie everything in together. Same with shadowing, so I'm thinking of doing some shadowing around everything as well. So, and I'm thinking of bringing in the night stick. Okay, last little bit. And there. Ah, I don't even know if it's picking up, but just a slight little bit of white. I'm going to put white in these full black bubbles, as if the light is shining on them. Okay, just like so. Like I say, it's all personal choice, isn't it, with especially with journal pages. And I know I've said this on many journal pages, that you know, when I journal, it normally reflects on how I feel, which is probably why I don't do many on my channel, because it's like it is a therapy. It really is. And I always feel, makes me feel yeah, better. I get all my frustrations out onto it. And I think you know, your art journal is a personal space. It's yeah, so, and I don't mind sharing it with you. I'm quite happy to show you my journal pages, but I know that some of the journal pages that I do actually do on my channel, you'll find that I won't talk through them. I just pop music on, and that is because yeah, it is my therapy. It's my personal, you know, what I'm going through at the time, and I just want to sort of just sit and create without having to think. So sometimes I record them, but very rare. Oh, isn't that lovely? Right, let's get the night out. Okay. Oh, do I want the night, or do you know what? I'm actually going to go with the magenta. Let's do the magenta. Right, just going to grab a paintbrush. Might be a bit too big actually. Let's grab a smaller one. So I have to be careful because the lady's right behind me. There we go. And obviously I don't want to hurt her. So I'm just going to use the end and get the colour on. You know what, I'm going to bring in my water, just so that it's right next to me. So let's get that. And then all I'm going to do is we're just going to go around and add in a shadow. And you know, you can do your shadow in whatever colour you want, which I think is fab. But I don't know, I just feel like, I think the night would have been like the shadow would have been more in your face. So I just think it's, you know, I'm just wanting it quite subtly. So that's what we're going for. Make sure we've got our water. Okay, so just again there. Now we could have scribbled around these, there's no reason why you can't. So I could have just gone round with the pen, with the crayon, and then done it, you know, and then added the water, but this is my preferred way of doing it. I know that I'm just going to get a better looking shadow by doing it this way. And again, it is personal choice, and you don't have to do this. I spent many years not putting shadows on, you know, and then, and there is still journal pages that I still don't do shadows. It is, again, it's entirely up to you. You don't need to do it. It's not something that has to be done. You know, it's whether or not you want to do them. So yeah, you know, we're just here to just give you inspiration and ideas, and a journal's a really good way as well of learning different techniques. So I mean, oh, that looks good, doesn't it? That looks really good. So I just want a little bit darker, just around there. You know, finding out how your products work, how you want to use your products. So yeah, right, and then just under these, and again I have to be careful just because I've got lots of texture, which is quite nice. Okay, just under there and then under there. Yeah, I like that. Now I'm going to just do some shadows underneath our bookworms. Okay, like so, and then the good thing as well about having your journal page on something completely separate is you can actually turn it a lot easier. I tend to turn my book a lot to get into where I need. And you can see this isn't perfect. I'm not, you know, I'm not making this perfect because I don't want it to be perfect. I'm literally here just to have fun. So, you know, that's what we're doing. Okay, so and just go around there. How gorgeous is that? Okay, there we go. Lovely. I love it, love it, love it. And I do feel like this one needs to be darker. Right. There we go. And just because the other ones are darker, so, and that's the thing, we can always go back over stuff, so it's not the end of the world. Oh, nice. Really liking that. It's like they're glowing, isn't it? Right, I'm actually going to now do some splashes. Oh, lovely. I want some of the blue as well as splashes. Just sort of, yeah. Okay. And I'm quite happy to have the splashes everywhere. So let's grab that night. So I said, I think that would be nice if we can get some nice blue splashes. I just think it will help just tie it in together. And who doesn't love splashes? I know, I absolutely love them. Okay. There we go. Loving that. Do I have a black? Yes, I do. So I'm thinking I want some black splashes as well. So let's get some black. Okay. I just want it just, yeah, it's mainly for that center. I'm just feel like we've got something missing. I am adding the flowers. I just want to get the splashes all out the way first. Some nice grey ones. Right, okay. Pleased with that. Let's move that out of the way because we don't need that now. Okay, I have got all over my desk. I'll give that a good clean. Right. Okay, loving it a lot. So now what I'm going to do is let's dry it off. Get those splashes all dry, and then I'm going to bring in the flowers. So I'll be back in a second. Right, okay. I've just thought there's just something a little bit missing, so I'm going to do a little bit of dry brushing because I think I need to bring out that texture. So just over. Now it'll take a few layers for this to come through because it is water reactive, but I really want this this texture to come through, and yeah, to be a bit more, I don't know, noticeable than what we've got it. And I'm thinking that dry brushing is what I'm needing. I was just sort of looking at it thinking there's just something missing. Ideally, you would do this before you started sticking your bits and pieces on. But we can work around it, so it is all good. It's not the end of the world with it, which is, I think, is fab. So, and all we're doing is we're just going over and just trying to pick out that detail. There we go. Oh, I'm starting to feel so much better about that. Okay, so just a little bit of dry brushing. That's all we're doing, and it's just to bring out that detail. Okay. And really as well, just to knock it back a little bit, so I think it might have been just a bit too too much overload. Oh, that, I'm loving that now. Don't know if it's showing up very well on the camera though. But yeah, I am loving that. Now, definitely much better. I love this bit. I just think that looks fab, and I think that's why I'm going to add some of the flowers as well, because I do feel like that bit is missing something. So we're going I mean, yeah, much better. It's really lifted that texture. Okay, so let me just bring it up there, and that texture just looks so much better. So now we've got all these little flowers, and there's loads of them. So they've all sort of fell off my mat. They all sort of blew off when I was using my heat tool. So let's see if we can grab them. Okay. Right. So what I'm thinking is I like the green. Oh, and the pink. So let's add, I think I've got 3 of each, if I remember rightly. Oh, look at that. That's exactly what it just needed. Have a purple one on. Pink. Another purple. Yeah. I don't know whether or not to add in. Yeah, I think the red works. What's there? Thinking I'm going to add them all. I think all of the flowers need to be added. Just wishing they were a little bit bigger, although I could have used a smaller page. So right, I'm liking that. I like how they're just sort of along the centre, so I like to get them glued down because I'm liking that. And then I think we can sort of safely say that we're done. Okay. Yeah. Have to say I'm definitely not one for doing the best journal pages. I'm not great at it, but just because I'm not great at it doesn't mean that I'm not going to do it. And I'm not going to have a play. Right, I think that needs, yeah, I'm going to put that there actually. I just feel like it needs to be there. Okay, and then this one, and this one, and our last one. Okay. Now, let's see if we can finish this off. So, let's have a look. I'm wondering what I've done with my, oh, there it is. So I have a black pen here. So I am just going to do some black doodles. And I think sometimes this is where, well, this is where I'm hoping it pulls this together, and that's, you know, yeah, it ties it all in. So, just wondering what else I want to do. What other doodles do we want to do? Because I really want, I'm thinking just following that line. And do the same with this one. Just so we've got a nice dark line as well as the, yeah, that blue bordery one. Oh, just always makes things so much better. Let's do some angles like so. Just, and I'm going to have some going upside down. Like that. And maybe one more there. Oh, I like that. I think that looks quite fun. Because who said we have to do it, you know, we have to have it certain ways. I don't think we do. There we go. And then we're just going to squiggle underneath our bookworms. Let's get squiggling under there. And I'm going to do some sort of grassy thing there. I don't think there's anything else I really want to add. I think we're about done. The only thing that I'm sort of wondering what to do if I get a thinner pen is to go over the lines just to bring out the characters and make them a bit darker. Because I feel like we've sort of lost them. But I'm just looking to see if I've got a black pen, a thinner one. I don't think I have, not in here anyway, but I do have my sparkle pen, so I'm going to add some sparkles onto her. So I think that will definitely help. And who doesn't love sparkles? Okay, just like that. And then let's do our wormies can be sparkly as well. Because why not? Give them a bit of sparkler. Okay, and then around there like that. Oh, how lovely is that? Isn't that lovely? Although I don't know if you'll be able to pick up the sparkle. Try and see if I can get it so that the camera picks it up, but it's not really. Oh, there we go. So, oh, sparkly. Really pretty. Right, I'm going to do these flowers as well. I think we're just going to end up doing all the flowers. why not? Okay. Oh, I do like that. I think that looks really pretty. So there we have it, guys. That is my journal page. Like I said, definitely not the best at this, but I really enjoy doing it. And just because I'm not great at it does not mean that we can't do it. You know, still go for it, guys. Still do it. But that is it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and yeah, I will see you again in another video very soon. But until then, please do take care and happy crafting. Bye. Okay, so I know I've just said goodbye. However, I ended up going over it with a black pen. I just used my 1mm one, so the nice big thick one. But what a difference. Yeah, it really stands out a lot more. So I'm really pleased with that. I'm really glad that I did it. Yeah, I think sometimes you've just got to go with your gut, haven't you? But I mean, everything stands out so much nicer now, which I'm really chuffed about. So now I am definitely finished. I am going to put all my bits and pieces away, and yeah, leave you guys to it. But thank you so much if you did stay till the very end. Let me know what you prefer. Do you prefer it with the black lines, with it being made darker, all the characters, or did you prefer it before? Because it'd be interesting to see what you guys think. But yeah, that, I promise, that is definitely it now for today. Thank you all so very much for watching. Please do subscribe. Yeah, and we'll see you again in another video very soon. But until then, happy crafting, everyone. Bye.